Hey, girl.
Hey. Hey, everybody. How are you guys doing? We're so excited to be here on this Thursday. It's been a really long day, y'all. I mean, long day, but we're here and we're so excited to do the show with you guys on today. And so we're going to just jump right on into that thing. Listen. All right, so first up, of course, we want to welcome you guys to our show, as well as remind you guys that we are streaming live right now on Facebook and YouTube. And so you guys can join us right now, Facebook, YouTube. We stream live from 6:30 at 6:30 on those on at that time. Facebook, YouTube, 6:30. And then as soon as we finish this show, we head right on over to our Instagram page and we stream live for our Instagram audience at 7:30. So
That's 6:30 and 7:30 Central Standard Time.
yeah, Central Standard
7:30
Time.
to 8:30 Eastern.
Yes, she got it right. I'll be forgetting. I'm sorry. I'm in Memphis. Ria's in Jersey. So yeah, definitely. And so yeah, thank you, friend. Because listen, I forgot. It's been a long day coming. I feel like Yo Gotti right now.
Okay, so housekeeping rules, as we say every week. Don't keep tonight to yourself. Share. Tell a friend, tell your mama, tell your cousin, tell whoever you think could benefit from engaging in some meaningful conversation with us. Two, don't be scared to interact and comment. We want to hear your thoughts too. It makes for an even better show. And to hear, we want to hear your commentary. Three, relax with your favorite snack or beverage. What you drinking today, friend? Ice water.
What? The same thing I drink every week, friend.
This week I got some rosé. I got some champagne. And I got water. Thursday been Thursdaying, so I'm gonna start my Memorial weekend early.
You got a 4-day weekend ahead, huh? Listen, I almost forgot it's Memorial Day weekend. Oh, that's so bad. That is so bad. Babe, Julia, come back to Earth. Come back to Earth. All right, so there's a little thing that we like to do here on the meetup because listen, we don't want you guys to keep this to yourself. Like my friend Ria said, definitely don't keep it to yourself. But we have a specific demographic that we trying to listen. We trying to pull them in. We trying to get y'all in here. We trying to get y'all to come on in. And that demographic is if you're 25 to 40. I need you guys, whoever's watching, I need you to tag them into this show. Tag them in right now, wherever you are, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube right now. I need you to tag them in. Any woman that's ages 25 to 40, males ages 25 to 40. If you're a mom, listen, I need y'all to tag some moms in. Whether you married, come on, tag them in. You're single, come on. We need you, come on. Tag them in right now, y'all. Tag them in. If they're a boss, an entrepreneur in leadership, or desire one day to be in those positions, listen, I need y'all in the comments right now, tagging these folks in for me. If somebody that's just looking for a safe space, listen, like we mentioned last week and every week we're going to mention here is the fact that, listen, we're going to tell it how it is, whether we feeling good or not. We're going to be as completely honest as possible. So we need you to tag that person in that just need a safe place to vent. Come on. If you're an introvert or extrovert, listen, whether you are communicating with us in the comments or you are just watching us, we need you to tag these people in. Anybody that's looking for an opportunity to connect, tag them into this right now. Tag them in the comments. And listen, we got a space even for the fellas. Men, if you just want to hear about women or you just want to watch us, listen, you can watch us. Come on. Tag them in. Any men that you think might be interested in watching this show, go ahead and tag them in.
Okay, so it's check-in time. So if you are new here, with our check-ins, we check on our strong friends. just to see how each other are doing, and we want to check in with you too. So if you want to briefly say how your week is going, or how your day is going, or anything you just want to put out there about how you're feeling, um, we want you to check in too in the comments. As for me, I don't have much. I'm just tired. Mama tired today. I ain't have no Starbucks today. I ain't have no Red Bull today. I am tired. Like, that's all I got. I'm just tired. My mental is not thinking past being tired. But I'm trying to keep my energy, or what little energy I do have for this show. So that's all I got. What's up with you, friend?
Girl, listen, I'm with you. Like how I came on today, baby, this been a day. It's been a Thursday. Listen, the day before Friday. Listen, it's definitely been that for me on today. I don't know. I just kind of been in like a type mood. I don't know how to explain that. I don't know how to give that any language, but I definitely been that right on today. So part of it though, I do want to talk about, like, just last week we were talking about, and I checked in and I was telling everybody about how I felt about the mass shooting in New York, and then come this week, a week later, now we're dealing with another mass shooting, and it's crazy. I mean, it even hits more home. Like, the first one attacked people, in the supermarket, something as easy as going to the supermarket. But now we got another school shooting going on, and that thing really hit home. Like, you always expect that you're going to be able to go right back to that car line and see your kids after school, and it's just like, it's so much stuff that we cannot take for granted now. It's just too much. And then when I'm like watching TV and listening to the radio, like, just to hear that it's 2022, y'all, listen. And we are already at more than 200 mass shootings this year. More than 200 this year. It's only May, y'all. Like, it's literally May, and it's over 200 mass shootings already for this year. And then on top of that, like, it's like 27 school involved shootings for the year.
Mm.
That's crazy to think about. And it's like, we literally in the times where we can't take anything for granted. So that's really just like, I guess that's like in the back of my head going on, and then just trying to navigate through just mommy, and listen, dealing with having a preteen, and dealing with trying to get stuff aligned and working through your goals and stuff like that. So yeah, listen, I feel you. I'm trying to I'm trying to be like the Energizer Bunny right now. Just keep going, going,
To
and
be
going. But
honest,
look,
with the school shooting, I mentioned to a few people close to me, like, I know what's going on, but I don't really try to indulge myself in every single detail of it. If I'm on social media, I might hurry up and scroll. I don't have the mental and emotional capacity to read about the sadness that the families are experience experiencing right now. I consider myself a somewhat empath, and it's heartbreaking, and it just makes me emotional, like, now to even think about it. Like, the last story that I'm hearing, because it's not only affecting, like, the children or the person that was shot, like that, like like their whole families are affected by that, and then other people in the world. But I just heard about the teacher, one of the teachers that passed away. Her husband had a massive heart attack and passed away. Like, he basically died of a broken heart. Him and his wife were
yeah,
Yeah, him and his wife were high school sweethearts. They've been married for 24 years, and he had a massive heart attack after this happened to his wife. So it just makes me, like, extremely emotional. So I know, because I know myself, that I don't have the mental capacity to indulge in every conversation about this, but it truly saddens me.
Yes, definitely saddens me too. So yeah, so you guys check in with us. We already told y'all how we feel. We want to hear from you guys in the comments. Go ahead and check in with us. How y'all doing? What y'all been up to? How's y'all week been going? How's it been since the last time we met up? Listen. So yeah, checking in the comments below. All right. So yeah. Um
My Shaniqua said, "I've been crying since it happened because I have kids the same age as those children, so it makes me feel a lot of anxiety." Hmm.
Definitely. It does. It does. Like it's hard. Like I don't want to stay here. But yeah, it does. It does bring on anxiety, just mental health, like all of that is nothing to play with. Um it's definitely nothing to play with or take for granted. And taking people threats seriously, because I think they said that um for the for the shooter, he actually sent like his friend a couple of days before the shooting like a picture of like the guns and ammunition that he had prior to. So yeah, it's like take every threat seriously because
Right.
you just never know what's going on, and people say it's definitely. All right, so we're going to move on to our pre-topic, I guess to say. This week I was driving in a car from dropping my kids off, going to get my smoothie. If y'all know me, y'all know I love smoothies. And so while I was going to get my smoothie, I was listening to the Breakfast Club, and on the Breakfast Club, Angela Yee was saying how she was reading from a post that Young Miami posted about like what's old or what's too old, and somebody in the comments said Diddy. And when you think about it, Diddy is only like 50 years old. So it's like I remember feeling like, even in my 20s, feeling like 30 was like so old, like, oh my God, I'm about to get to 30. And so I just wanted to hear from you guys, like, what do you guys think is like old? What's old to you now? Like, what's really old to you now?
Um, for me is old is a whatever you do it. Think you're only as
Right.
old as you feel. I'm a kid at heart. I'm gonna
Yeah.
play all day. Camellia, really 25 is old. Well, since you've been old, okay. But no, I feel because even when we talked about my birthday. I am no longer counting the years. I'm just counting memories. So, like I
I thought
said,
that was
you
super cute
only
when you said that.
you only yeah, I can't speak for everybody. I'm only old as I feel, and I don't feel old. I feel very youthful.
Camilla said, my back been hurting since then. So your back been hurting since 25, sis? Yeah, one of the people called in and said 30 is old. Whenever you gotta talk to your body when you get up, you old. So every time you get up, you talking to your knees, you old. But I do agree, like I do agree, like, it is a mindset. Like it's really like a heart posture, I think, like your age and your youth, because you have some people that's like in their 60s and they look good. Like they are
That
fine.
guy,
They are in
that old guy, he skates. I think he's a pastor that's usually on like social media. He dances. Sometimes if you his wife doing all the
Oh
Instagram
yeah,
reels.
yeah, yeah.
He don't
Uh-huh.
feel old, and he look good for however
Right.
old he is.
They do.
Whatever
They do.
age he is.
Yep. I believe that. And then I've seen some 60-year-olds that, to me, I don't think 60 is that old, but I've seen some 60-year-olds that they look like they like like they walking around moving slow. So it really is like how you take care of yourself, your mindsets. Like when I don't know if it was Charlemagne or Angela that was saying like it's basically like it's whatever your mindset is basically. So if you at a place where you feel like you can't grow anymore, then you're old. And he was like, it's some young people out here that can't grow, that's old, type of thing. So yeah, I do agree with that.
Yeah, you reading that
Oh, she
comment.
said you got 25-year-olds that look like crackheads. Listen, but I
Yes,
mean,
and
five,
that's the thing too. Part of it is about
yep,
people might not believe it. Outside of even drugs, what you put into your
right.
body, the clothes, I
That's
mean,
true.
the food that you eat, the alcohol that you drink or don't drink. I'm talking to myself. But or you exercising. I mean, like it's some vegan people out here that look really good.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to be old, but I say it's the veganism that is keeping them looking younger, like way younger. Black don't crack.
Listen, don't.
It's this one lady on Instagram that is vegan. She's in shape and I think she's like 70. She doesn't look like she's out of her 40s.
I mean, kill
So
it. Yeah.
yeah, I
My
think it's
mom, my mom, yeah, I'm sorry. My mom, she transitioned into vegan some years ago. And she's doing really well with like her life. Most of my family is vegan, but she's doing really well. They actually have like the little fitness stuff in their garage and they work out. So it is like, how do you take care of yourself? What you put in yourself? I mean, that even comes to like when we do decide to like work out and stuff like that, like it's really like 80% what we eat versus working out all the time. So it's like, just being mindful what you put in your body. Um and who you around too. Listen, I don't want to be around a whole bunch of people that don't want to do nothing and feel like they old and can't move forward. And like, baby, y'all stay where y'all at.
right.
Trying to move on with my life. So yeah. So I guess to sum it up, you're only as old as you think you are.
Mhm. And that pertains to like everything, even like I used to think that by 30 I had to be married, what a house, and however
Come
many
on.
kids that I wanted. When I was 30 I had one kid and I was living in an apartment. And I ain't gonna lie, I was looking around like it's not what it's supposed to it's not what's supposed to be going on right now.
Listen. And that's so good because it definitely leads us into our topic today with our let's talk. And that's we're talking about goals. Listen, those goals that we set. We put it in the comments, the video that we basically got today's topic off of and around goals. And in that video, you guys can click on it and watch it. But in that video, basically the guy, his name is Emmanuel Echoes, I think his last name is, but basically he was saying that he felt like goals are dumb and that you should, even though objectives is similar to goals, you should focus more on objectives because objective doesn't have an end. And so he was kind of saying like what you said, Rhea, like, you set these goals, like I'm gonna have the house, the kids, and all of this by the time 30 comes, and then 30 comes. He actually did the same thing you did. When you looked around, like it was like, and then you feel like you failed. And so like I want to bring that up to you guys. Like, how do y'all feel about that? Do y'all feel like goals are dumb? Yeah, like what do you feel like? Would you prefer, have you ever thought about it in terms of like focusing more on the objective versus like setting the goal? Put it in the comments below.
Yeah, because he was basically saying that have a cap. Goals have a cap, like a lid on what you can accomplish. Um, and so basically, there's like, and I just went into when I was like researching goals versus objectives. I went to kind of like a rabbit hole. Then like dreams came in there. So dreams versus goals versus objectives. And I mean, they to me, essentially they're all, they're all related. But I think I would still be setting goals and like the dreams and the objectives, they will all work within the goals. So being that I watched that video, maybe I would, my goals would be not have lids on them. So I guess that would make them objectives or whatever. I'll just marry them all together, all three, the
Right.
dreams, the goals, the objectives, because they said that dreams are basically like your thoughts. So I guess that's the beginning. So like all my life, I wanted to be a dancer, a ballet dancer, or whatever. So it's just a thought, and then the goal may be for you to um the goal may be for you to, take some dance classes. But the objective is for you, in 6 months, I need to be like in the American Ballet Company, key dancer, like that. So that's the whole thing. But I think I would marry them. I don't know. I don't know if that made sense to you, but I think I would marry them
No,
all.
it made perfect sense. Like I was able to carry, I was able to catch on to every point of that. It definitely made sense. It made sense. And I agree. Like I thought about it in terms of like when I heard him talking, I thought more in terms of like SMART goals. So
Mhm,
like even in the SMART goals, like they're like measurable, like
mhm,
they're they're tangible, like you're making sure that they're tangible. So you're kind of setting like the objectives in there and how you're going to meet those goals. So that's kind of how I saw it when I heard him talking. That kind of the first thing that came to mind was like a SMART goal,
mhm,
basically not just saying like, okay, by the end of this year, I'm gonna be a millionaire.
mhm.
That's my goal. And then December 31st come and I ain't got nothing but $5 to my pocket. Like, but like
Right.
being able to actually set like time frames, like, okay, so how are you going to achieve this goal? So I'm gonna
Right.
do this. I'm gonna have 7 streams of income. Da 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 da. I'm gonna be able to do this, that. What else are you gonna do? How are you gonna achieve this by doing X, Y, and so just literally breaking down the goal so that way discouragement doesn't come in. And that was like the next question I have for everybody. Like, have you ever, in the comments below, just put, have you ever been discouraged when you haven't met a goal? And what that looked like for you guys. I know I've been discouraged plenty of times when it comes to the goals and not
Um,
achieving my goals.
um, have I ever been discouraged? I'm not. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not good at goal setting, planning, writing things down. None of that. So maybe this is like a lesson, a little lesson for me somewhere in there. Like, of course, I think I'm a dreamer. That's what it. If we go back to that, I think I'm a dreamer. I'm like, I'm gonna do this, and that's it. I haven't always practiced. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna say I haven't done anything for the dream to come true, but a lot of times I don't follow through with things. So that's been one of my character flaws, and I wouldn't say um I do no, I'm that's a lie. I do get discouraged. I get discouraged because when I don't do the work. But is it to say I don't have anyone to blame but myself for just not doing the work? I don't know. I'm a
Yeah.
big conundrum. That's what it is, a conundrum. I
Yeah,
just
I'm
be
a
having
dreamer too. And then on top, say that one more time. I'm sorry, I was
I
talking.
just I just be having a lot going on up here.
Listen, I'm a big dreamer too. it was so funny because I was on the phone with my boyfriend last night and I'm telling him about like the goals because we were working on something where each day we have questions. So yesterday questions was based off the future. And like I'm telling him and I'm talking to him, and he's more of like a realistic person, like a realist. So he's like trying to like bring me back a little bit, like, yeah, I want to be able to have this property, da, 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 own this, build this from the ground up, yada yada. And he's like, okay, well, this is gonna take this, whatever, like that. So I asked him, I was like, so how do we balance like me being a dreamer? Like and he was like, I think I can, I think I, he was like, I think we got some balance because of the fact that, you know, I'm more of a realist. So I can kind of help navigate through what that looks like. But definitely, and then I have crazy faith. Like, but sometimes, like what you say, like, I don't put the work into the faith. So, like, for example, it took me a while to get to a point where when we were able to be homeowners. Like me and the girls, we have our home. We're in our home right now. But prior to, baby, I was the one like all you had to do was give me a word that I was going to be a homeowner, and I was just sitting there like, okay. Each year was passing by me because it took like I started wanting to be a homeowner owner since like 2015, right? And so it took me like every year going through like, well, Lord, like, you know, you said I'm gonna have this house. Like, I believe I'm gonna have this house, baby. I'm going to see some houses. Like, I'm looking at houses, I'm claiming these houses. Baby, I ain't put no work into it. Like I was literally sitting there. I didn't have my credit score together. I didn't have anything in place until I got to a point where I was just like, it took like the end of 2018, the last time I got discouraged over my goal of being a homeowner, to where I was just like, enough is enough. Like I set a goal for my kids. I told my kids starting in the beginning of 2019, I was like, you know what? We're gonna be in our house. We're gonna be in our house by your birthday. So that means their birthday is in October. It was January. We're gonna be in our house by their birthdays. And 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 I didn't know how I was gonna do it because baby, I ain't had a score. I ain't have nothing. All I had was the goal that we was gonna be in a house by their birthday, and then stuff started to fall into place. So I started to put stuff in action. Like for one, I had to I had to actually see where I was at with my credit. Like I thought I was good, baby. When they pulled my credit was the lowest it had been in a couple of years, and I was like, wait a minute, because when I put my credit, I felt like, oh, it's it. Like it's go time. I'm about to get this house, you know. And after that, I had the decision to make. I had to be like, okay, so am I going to stay discouraged at this score that I'm looking at right now, or am I going to work towards it? And so I just started working. So I just started like researching, like, what did I need to do to get my score up? I started calling like the collectors and like the bill collectors for my credit cards, and seeing when they they reach out to the credit bureaus for myself, so I knew like when how to pay my stuff. And I was able to build my score up like 100 points within a couple of months to where I qualified for it. But it took the work in place that I don't always have at times, because I'm such a big dreamer, because I have such crazy faith. I'll be thinking for those things to just happen like that, like, you know. And so I definitely agree what you said about like the whole like dreamer and what that looks like for you. um at the same time, Camilla said, objectives are the actions we take to reach a goal. Goals are typically set at a longer term, and the many objectives are shorter term while approaching the goal you set. Yeah, that's true. Like we set our big, well, but you at the same time, we do have short term and long term goals too. But yeah, I definitely could agree with that. They do. I could see them going hand in hand, like what Rhea said, where you set your goal and then you set the small objectives in there so that way you can meet your goal. Uh, Camilla also said many times she felt discouraged as well when it comes to our goals. Um, and you actually had a good question when it came to like relationship goals.
Yeah, it's just
She said
like
the actions you was the credit score increase. Yeah, so I mean, I tried to give y'all like a condensed version of it. I actually wrote a whole book on it, but Yeah, I the
Plug
actions
that
that I
book
took.
in.
Yeah, I have a whole book on it. But yeah, it was not just my credit score. Like I literally just started to like get the knowledge on what I needed to do. I was able to identify like the type of um the type of home I wanted, being able to save for it, making sure that because a lot comes into like buying a home besides just having the right credit score. Like you can't just go up and spend a lot of your, put stuff and get loans and stuff like that out there. You got to make sure your school stuff is together. You can't have delinquent school loan. Like it's a lot that goes into buying a home. But that was like the condensed version of the Camilla. Like me focusing on my credit was the part that got me over the initial hump. That was the part that got me to the pre-qualified part, being pre-approved for the home. Um, let's see. Okay, so you actually were talking about relationship goals.
Yeah, and by that I don't mean like two people being your relationship goals. When I
Right.
relationship goals for me is also like kind of what I talked about earlier, like thinking that you're supposed to be involved, married with kids or whatever. At That's part of it. Thinking you're supposed to be married by a certain time, and then within your
Mhm.
relationship, if y'all don't have a house by this certain time, y'all supposed to have a house. Y'all supposed to have children. Do you think those type of things put strain on you, like cause stress? Because I do. Like I do. I think when it comes to relationship goals, you should have, of course, your things that are deal breakers. Like we've been dating for 42 years. I'm greatly
Right.
exaggerating. But you've been dating for so many years, and you've expressed that by however whatever time I would like to be married, and that may possibly be a deal breaker for you, but not.
Right.
I'm 30. We just met 2 months ago. I need to be married before I'm 31. Like, so what are like, I mean, and that works for people. That works for some people, but I
Right.
would say that the majority, those type of goals, like relationship goals, don't work. But my, original question is, do you think those type of relationship goals put stress on yourself and the people you might be dating or with?
I definitely think that especially because a lot of times we are extremely hard on ourselves. And so we set these goals. Like I was that person too. Like I felt like um by 30 I'm going to be married. No, actually, I'm gonna be honest. It was well in my 20s. I think I wanted to be married by like 25. I'm gonna be honest. By like 25, I was gonna be married. Then I pushed it up like, okay, at least by 28, I was gonna be married. Then I pushed it up, okay, Lord, can it be by 30? Like, like I'm still asking and I'm getting discouraged. At the same time, baby, I'm 37 and I'm not married, but I think we do tend to put like that pressure on us, just because we want to feel like we made it or we
Yeah,
arrived or
right.
and all of that. And you probably already made it, like you already
Mhm.
arrived, like it's just it looks different, your path looks different. Like for example, with my mom growing up, she was a single mom. She didn't get married till she was, I think she said 53. But when I tell y'all, like, they have so much fun together. Like, they are free. They don't have stress from kids. Like, they don't have any stress with bills. They don't have to worry about bills. If they want to go away, they can go away. If they want to do a date, they could do a date. They don't have to wait to find no babysit. Like, they are free. Like,
Mhm.
and it works for them. So it's like a lot of times we feel like, it has to be this time, it has to be that time. But just in the right time, you want it, you do want it at the right time, whatever that looks like for you,
Right.
and, and I think a lot of times we look so much at like the relationship goals, like how you said this wasn't what you were talking about, but like we watching the Instagrams and the different relationships, and we like, oh yeah, hashtag relationship goal, like, and it's just like, no, that's their goal. Like, but my goal is a little different. It looks a little different for me,
Hmm.
and how I move with that.
And all of that Instagram stuff is cute, but it could really be just a picture or just a video.
Right.
We don't know
That's
those people' lives.
that's so true.
I mean, unless
You
you actually know them, but
Listen, that's so true. Even the fact of like a lot of times we feel like, oh, we wish they, or I know I said it a lot when I was like in my 20s, like, oh, I wish I was like them, or I wish I could do this like this person, and and so forth. But then you don't even know what it took them to get to that place. Like all
right.
you see is like the finished result. Like you wishing on these relationships, baby, you wasn't there through the bad times. So you don't know what they had to endure to get them to that place
Hmm.
where what we're seeing the results for. And some of those things that you probably wouldn't even be willing to go through. Like, and that probably be something that you wouldn't be willing to endure. So I've learned not to like compare myself and just focus on like what it looks like for me now. When it comes to that and with goal setting and everything that I'm doing, I just try to just, how does that look for me? What is my goal? What is the plan, that the reason why I'm here today? Like,
Right.
and moving forward. Um,
And
oh, this is a good question. Go
I
ahead.
always say like when things don't happen, like I'm always where I'm supposed to be. When I'm late, when there's
Come on.
traffic, when I
Come
ain't
on.
get whatever I thought I was supposed to have, I'm where I'm supposed. Like what's for me, it's for me. What's for you, it's for you. So when it's yours and when it's for you, you're gonna have it.
Yep. That's so true. All right, I got a good question for y'all. So, do you realize when you have achieved your goal, or are you already moving on to the next goal?
Um, I don't know, cause I would say I never get excited about stuff, so I might just be on my way to the next goal. I'm never like I don't do a lot of self celebration,
Mm,
so I don't know. It's like oh yeah, I'm on to the next. All right, that's done. What's yeah,
you on
what's
to the
that?
next.
Yeah.
Uh, Camilla would talk about the relationships real quick before I tell you mine. And she said, took me 10 years of headaches to get me and my hubby to our perfect place. Listen, listen. I
Well, all the
definitely,
time take getting to your goals takes work. 10 years
listen,
of
a
work.
whole lot of work, baby. Definitely. For me, I think it goes both. It goes hand in hand. So sometimes I can like catch it and I remember to celebrate. That's like part of the reason why we do like the virtual cheers. So we remember to always celebrate ourselves at the end of our episodes. But then there's times where I reach the goal, but then I'm already ready for the next goal. Like when I got my real estate exam and I'm already thinking about, okay, so how can I get this next goal instead of just like, oh, excuse me, basking in like, girl, you just achieved something really good. Like, and it's okay. Like you did good this year. Like you achieved this, type of thing versus trying to always kind of push into that next thing.
That makes me
Um,
think. That makes
and
me
the
think
last,
that makes me think like when you don't celebrate yourself, are you ever really happy? Like
that's good.
yeah, like are you ever really happy? Like are you because you always on to the next. You don't celebrate yourself. You don't celebrate your small wins. You don't celebrate your whatever success. Like so, yes, you messing my little studio up, girl. So yeah, like are you ever really happy if you don't take the time out to, celebrate your goals or acknowledge what you have accomplished?
That's a really good question. That's a good question. And it might not be because if you
Yeah.
always constantly trying to get to that next thing, you're constantly trying to aim for something better. that
Hmm.
you can't you're not able to realize that it's good where you are. Like, you did good,
Yeah,
sis,
to
you
me, it's
doing a good job.
like what people say is like chasing when people get high, like chasing that first
Right.
high. You're never really able to get to that place again. So
Yep, that's
I
really
don't
good.
know. Yeah.
Hey, we celebrate yourselves. Shoot. Y'all doing good. All
We
right.
here.
And then the last one, this was based off of your question. It was, what are some life and financial goals you set this year?
Um, um, oh, I told you I'm not good with setting goals.
There it
There's
goes.
things I want to do that we could classify as goals, like financially. I want to, get rid of some debt. Um, yeah, I want to get rid of some debt. Like in New Jersey, it's like I wanna own a house. We want to buy a house, but in New Jersey, like we live in North Jersey, so houses are crazy expensive. They're
It's
getting more
expensive.
expensive, and taxes add another $1,000 to $1,200 on your mortgage up here. So it's just like we just need to get like our stuff in order so we could see where we are with that. And honestly, I wouldn't care if we like left New Jersey to get what we really want. Or get something nice, like really nice
Listen.
instead of buying something like just to say we bought something. Um
Mm-hmm.
some other things I want to do, I want to travel a little bit, but I don't know. A lot of things with my financial goals would have to be, kind of put on the back burner. It's a part of adulting, unfortunately. Because you think about, money you might be spending to go, travel, and you feel guilty sometimes, or like, well, this money could be going to getting this out of debt. But I'm not gonna lie, I do believe in having a good time. Like bills never going anywhere. They're never going anywhere. Like life is mine, life is yours to enjoy. You're not supposed to be stressed out, forking and doing whatever over bills and working your butt off just to pay bills. You should work your butt off to enjoy your life too. So I will do a little bit of working to get my finances in order and do a little bit working to enjoy my life. It might not mean traveling far, but I'm gonna travel like somewhere, or at
Right.
least cheap or whatever. But yeah, a little bit.
Right.
What about you?
I think that's good. It also reminds me of like how we said about celebrating yourself, but making sure that you do treat yourself. Listen, treat yourself too, So because we do work hard. For me, financial goals, yeah, I've set some, but mainly right now, being that I recently transitioned into real estate and I'm a full-time entrepreneur right now. Being how I moved from like getting steady checks, I also want to make sure that I don't like just become like from house to house, like how they be like paycheck to paycheck. I want to be like the house to house person, like, basically living off of I sold this house to this house, but really getting like the streams of income that I set into place and to actually work for me, going into this year, that I'm able to get to a place where I can enjoy. Because right now it's really like grind time. It's summertime. My girls are going to camp, but I need to be able to take them somewhere, so we can all enjoy, just this past year period, like, and just not being so worried of like, oh, I don't have it, or I won't have, or will I have it by then? Like, I want that worry to go. So I just need everything to align with itself, and I just have to work through it. But learning how not to like learning how to work smarter versus harder.
Mhm.
I think that that's going to be like my ultimate goal right now for this year. Um, in life goals, I have a lot of them. I told you, listen, dreamer, it is me. Like, I have a lot of them. So I'm gonna just focus on this year. Like I was telling you, I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday. I was watching the what is his name? He's big on like Instagram and different stuff with like the stock market, the Wall Street trapper. And he was saying, like, I promise you guys, if you're just consistent with something for 6 months, it's going to work for you. And I was telling you how, baby, I'm just trying to get consistent for a month. And so I'm going to go month to month, and just making sure that those things work for me as it pertains to my goals.
Mhm.
So, ready to go into our five?
Mhm.
All right.
So with our five, we try to leave our guests with like five takeaways from the show that we discussed. So the first of our five, when we're talking about goals, is just do it. Just do it. I mean, and that's really self-explanatory. Don't overthink it. Don't write it down 500 times and not move on it. Just do it. Just do it, sis. Change Nike slogan from just do it to just do it,
Right.
sis.
That's good. Our second one is you already started. So, like when we were talking about in the topic about being discouraged, and a lot of times we feel like, man, we fell off and we got to start over. No, remember that you already started. Whether it was a month ago, 6 months ago, you started. You started. So, all you have to do is just pick up from where you left off. So, you didn't fall off. You just picking up from where you left off. So, keep going.
Three, don't compare yourself. Don't fall victim to like imposter syndrome, thinking that you're supposed to be like that person that you've seen on Instagram. You're supposed to be like your cousin because you did everything. What's for you is for you. What you're meant to have, you're going to have. Don't compare yourself to other people. Your journey is your journey for a reason.
Four is make it tangible. Like what we said when we were talking about the goals versus objectives, like, and putting it all together, just making sure that outside of setting your goals, you make it tangible. You're able to set the objectives in between to where that way it makes it easier for you to meet your goals.
And five is assess, assess, assess. So no matter how, if you have long term or short term goals or objectives, make sure you're assessing your goals and objectives in between. Make sure that you're reaching your short term goals to make it to your long term goals. Make sure you are measuring what you're actually doing to see that it worked. If you set a goal for something to be done by a certain amount of time and you haven't assessed your process in between, you could just be working to go nowhere because it's not working.
Listen,
You haven't you haven't measured what you're doing to see if it's actually working. So make sure you're assessing and measuring your goals and objectives. Almost often while you're trying to obtain
that was good. So those are our five for you guys. We're getting ready to end our show soon. We have like a few more things for you guys. The first thing is don't forget to follow us, follow us, follow us, follow us, follow us, follow us.
it.
So it's the Meetup on Facebook. It's the Meetup on Instagram, and it's the Meetup on YouTube. Follow us right now. Like while you're watching right now, just go ahead and hit the follow button so you could be a part of our community. Listen, we are trying to build a community, and we already told you to tag the folks in. So yeah, Camilla said, "I'll just do it. Love that." uh,
That I'm guilty of
Shanique,
not celebrating myself enough.
that's true. I think we all fall victim to that. Like, really, we all fall victim to that. But guess what? You're not gonna fall victim to it today because listen, we always end our show with a celebration, y'all. So we're going to celebrate you right now. Did it go to the slide?
Yes, you
Okay,
did
there
it.
it is.
You made
Look,
it to Thursday from last Thursday to this Thursday. So you made it through the week. Go you. Go me. Go us.
right. We made it. We made it. And so put it in the comments so we could cheer you up right now. Anything that you accomplished this week, anything that you're looking forward to, type it in the comments so we could clap it up for you guys and we can celebrate. We want to celebrate you with our virtual cheers. I don't always see the comments coming in yet. I got one that we're going to celebrate, and that's us getting it through this first show on this Thursday. Not being phased by it being this crazy Thursday that we had to deal with, but actually, I mean, girl, we made it. We made it. I need us to virtual cheers today. Put your glass up. We good.
Spirit fingers.
We're gonna cheers.
Oh, sorry. Virtual cheers. Put my glass up.
Yeah. Virtual cheers today. Camilla said we gotta do it. I made the biggest decision in my life this week. I mean, clap it up for Camilla. Listen, we celebrate you, Camilla, right now for making the biggest decision that you had to make this week. We got to take risks and not be scared to meet our goals. Listen, exactly. So we acknowledge you on tonight. We congratulate you on tonight. Is it Shaquina?
Shaniqua.
Well, I'm sorry. She said you want to be just be comfortable. So yeah. So we celebrate you on tonight. We clap it up for you. We want these claps, these shares to lead you all the way into next week. So whatever happens this week, you can remember that you got your crew here at the meetup clapping it up for you and supporting you as you move into this week. And I mean, yes, go for it. Listen, take that leap. Take the leap. We're excited for you. So this is our show for Facebook and YouTube. We're actually about to get off right now, and we're going to head on over to our Instagram page. You know anybody that don't have Facebook, not really into YouTube, tell them to join us right now because we're getting ready to go live on our Instagram page as we speak. And so that's all we have for you guys. We love y'all. Y'all have a great night. You have anything?
No, I don't. Bye, Camille.
All right. Yeah, bye, y'all.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications. Bye. Hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications. Bye.